All right. Good evening, everyone. Hope we are live. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if things are looking good. Good evening. It feels good to be back on a regular stream, even though I'm calling this the most regular stream I've ever seen. That was a fun, catchy title. It's nice to be back here on a regular stream where I don't feel like I have to come to you and say, guess what? This changed. It's now like, hey, guess what? It's Monday night. We're here to nerd out and talk fish tonight. That's what we're here to do. It's so nice to be back on a rhythm here, a schedule here, moving forward. And I got some ideas buzzing around my brain we'll probably talk about tonight. You know me. I can go off on tangents, but thank you, everyone, for being here. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Guys, we have a fantastic community, and I've been having a lot of fun talking with the members. So if you are not a member, maybe consider becoming a member, because there are a lot of things. Well, one, I need to get back on releasing fun members only just videos and not all live streams. But the members and I, including my wife, I feel like we had a really positive conversation the other night. It went on for like over 2 hours. So if you're interested in some little extra content, consider becoming a member. And then before we get started in here, I want to start off with what we talked about last stream, I think. So I know we missed a video. Had a lot going on. So we're going back to regular schedule. Hopefully get a video out this week. Well, I will get a video out this week. But I talked about promoting other people's brands, businesses, channels. If you sent me merch out, that I would promote it, wear it, show it off. So one, I'm wearing the Aquarium co-op hat because I have bad hair and I like to wear hats now. But the main person I want to promote here for just a minute, and I honestly have not watched a lot of his channel, but it is Otter Creek Aquatics. So let me get that in frame view. Me and him, we traded shirts a while back, actually. So Otter Creek Aquatics, really nice big logo on the back there. So it's a decent looking shirt. I know he does I believe he does a lot of endlers and different live bears. His decent fish room looks like. So I've seen some of his content. I just don't watch everything, but I felt like this is a brand that I have not talked about before, and I thought it'd be a fun way to start this. So there's gonna be lapses and things. I don't expect everybody to send me out stuff, but just to let you know, if you are interested in letting me promote you, get in touch with me. We can get you my shipping address and we can figure something out. So go check out Otter Creek Aquatics. I haven't actually checked how active he's been. I don't want. It's hard to watch everyone, but just to kind of give you an idea here. So he's coming up on 7,000 subscribers, actually. Unfortunately, though, it looks like his last video was 6 months ago. So I don't know how active he is right now, but I wanted to share that out, and because we traded shirts, and I thought it'd be a fun way to start this off. So all right, here, let's dig into chat a little bit and see how everyone's doing here. Mountaintop Puffer Keeper, good to see you. I know that we had the other Tiffany a little bit earlier. Lindsay, hello, good evening. We had a really good phone conversation with Lindsay the other night. That was very productive, I feel. Trevor's hanging out with us. Daniel's here because you're fish. Let's see here. Skippity skeep skeep. Good evening, my friend. Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. Hello, good sir. We got Blake Adams here. BG Aqua. Who else? Mr. Chubbs Aquatics. Haven't seen in a while. It's good to have you back here to the stream. So, and then kind of starting things off here. I do know that Trevor and Daniel were able to meet up in person, check out a fish store together, which was really cool. It's fun to see you guys make connections through this channel, different live streams, different events. So a while back, Trevor got some Egyptian mouth brooder from me, the multicolor Victoria, which I was really excited. If you watch the More Aquarium Co-op channel, they just brought some in. Excuse me. And I was really excited to actually be like, I have those. I know those fish. So Daniel and Trevor were chatting. We were chatting here just a little bit in the chat before we got started. And he's asking, how do I keep Egyptian mouth brooders? So Daniel, I actually have a full dedicated video on the channel about keeping them with plants. They are a dwarf cichlid that go very well with plants. They actually use the plants really well for cover. So how I keep them and how I've noticed they've had good success with them is a sand substrate. They do like to kind of dig through it, sift through a little bit. And then I have both done plants in pots. I've done plants in the easy planters. I've also done plants in the substrate, and they have not bothered any of them. So fast ones, crypts do really well. Sword plants do really well. Pogostemon do really well. Jungle Val is going crazy with them. They also do like cover. So I found the coconut huts work really well. Some rock structures I really like. So you could probably get away with them like in a fully dense planted tank, but think more of focus on the hardscape of the tank with some plant accents in the tank. And I think that's what you'll find the most attractive with them is they have some really good coloration on them. But I feel like if you put them in a full planted tank, they're not just going to, they just don't fit that type of tank, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, but that's what I recommend. Focus on the hardscape of your tank, the rocks, limit a little bit of driftwood, and then accentuate with plants. Anubias is another one that has done really well. I super glue some Anubias to a rock, and I've had females that actually will hide up under the leaves of it. So they're a really fun fish to keep, actually. They're really fun fish to keep. And they breed fairly young. They can be pretty prolific if you get them going right. And if you want to breed a lot of them, strip the eggs, tumble the eggs. If you want to breed some of them, let the parents carry the fry to full term, and you'll have a decent success. So that's what I've had the most success with. That's what I recommend with. And this is I have 3 species of Egyptian mouth brooders in the fishing right now, and I'm very excited to be working with all 3 species. We've bred 2 of them. Still waiting on 1 to breed for me. Yeah, I think they're still just growing out, though. So, Daniel, hopefully that answers your questions. Hopefully that kind of gives you some insight on what you can do with them. So I think they are they're a fantastic fish to keep. They're super fun to keep. And then when they get going off on the on the colors are gorgeous on those things. So males are easy to spot. Both male and female will get the blue lips, but the males are going to get the egg spot on the back of the tail. So they look really, really good. They do look really good. HC Aqua coming in. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate you. I still need to reach out to you about some angelfish. I haven't forgotten about you. I just haven't done it yet. It's terrible of me to say. But all right, guys. So tonight I don't really have a full, I don't have an agenda. I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to come hang out. So if you've got questions, Q&As you want to put in here, whatever you got tonight, let's roll with it. And then while we're maybe waiting for some things to stroll in on the live stream, as we're 8 minutes in, maybe I'll just kind of ramble off some things of what I got in my brain buzzing around a little bit. Because we've been busy. So let me see if I can show this off without showing this off. This is going to be difficult. Let me think here. If I hold that there, okay. Give me this one. Okay. All right. I'm going to try and show you something, but I'm also trying not to show off everything because there's some personal information on this, which I don't know if I'm ready to show yet. There's still some things I got to discuss with the wife, but all right. Check this out. So yeah, there's some fish stickers I'm hiding some stuff with here, but check that out. That is, oh, there we go. Focus, kind of. That is the official business license from Harriman City in Utah here. So we are now established as a full LLC. We now have our official business license, and things are moving forward. Things are cruising along here with what we're trying to do. So that's kind of the spiel in becoming a membership. That was a big one because members are having a lot of. We're giving them as much opportunity to have a voice and input on things. So hopefully that's it was a cool thing to receive in the mail today, though. It's kind of neat to see that somebody trusted me with the business license. I don't know. I feel like I can officially say I'm a business owner. Not that it's done anything yet, but hey, we're starting somewhere, right? We are starting somewhere. Mishmat Socks. I still love the name. That's awesome. One of my favorite names. Congrats, that's sweet. Thanks, Mountaintop Pufferkeeper. I appreciate that. Ryan, I got another ram spawn. Did you lose the last one? Because you just had one. I'm gonna have to bring the temp down and get them out of the breeding mode. I'm worried about the female burning out. They're only supposed to breed every 2 to 3 weeks. And you are crushing those rams, man. That's awesome. I'm still crossing fingers for some things on mine. But that's awesome. That's really cool. You're having good success with those now. It's always fun to see people having success with fish that are actively trying to breed and having fun with that there. Deborah Lewis, hello. Thanks for coming in. Timbo taking it easy. It's good to see you, man. I like the name change. I really like the name change. I've been trying to get any of my 6 Bolivians to pair it for months. I mean, if you get your Bolivians to pair off, I'd be really interested in that. I think Bolivian rams are very underrated in this hobby. It's hard because it's like German blues and other ram, they're really, really pretty fish. I think people forget like the Bolivians are just like, they're there and they offer a lot of pretty coloration. That's 3 spawns in 7 days. That is awesome. That is super cool right there. I mean, I get where you're coming from, the concern, but 3 spawns in 7 days, that is cool. Yeah, HDAQ, you had really good success in your rams, so I can agree with you. There's some things there I'm still working on, but I'm seeing people have success, and it reminds me of patience is the number one thing here, because there's that chance where the fish maybe needed to just grow out a little bit more. So patience. I'm just trying to have that patience factor there. Peter Gill sneaking in here. Good to see you. Got IHSP's Tank Tribe. Good to see you, man. Rico and Ed sent us. Hello, everybody. Awesome. That's super cool. I need to say my thanks to Rico and Ed. Thanks for coming over here. That's really, really appreciative. So Rico, Ed, if you are watching, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. That's super cool of you guys. I've never really had somebody do that for me, so I'm actually kind of speechless right now. That doesn't happen to me very often. That's really, thank you. And if you guys have not checked out Rico Stan, I believe is it April 20th? I believe on April 20th, me and Rico Stan are doing a live stream together. I'll be on his channel, which I'm really excited to go hang out with that one there. And then I know I saw a question here coming in from Chubbs Aquatics. What tank tech or gadget has gotten you excited lately? What has gotten me excited? So it's got to be tank tech or a gadget? I mean, can it be like camera gear? I mean, I've been showing it off so much that it's going to get old, but what's got me excited? Well, okay, it's kind of a no-brainer, but I rebuilt the air system in my fish room, and now that I'm in 1 loop around the ceiling in 1-inch PVC pipe, and all the drop downs are from that, having ample air in the fish room is so nice. It is incredible. The differences in, and I think we need to do like a live stream on this, or try and do like a tech video about this where I can hopefully explain and try and find a way to show the differences. Is my first air system had so many flaws. Good idea, but it's a lot of flaws, where this new air system with that simple, just 1 loop is pumping out air. So to see, it actually goes back to, like, I've been finally able to get the Aquarium co-op sponge filters to run efficiently with an air stone, and then to be able to hook up all the breeder boxes I've been wanting to in the fish room. That it's been so much fun to, like, I could move fish here and I could move fish here. And so I'm having a good time with that. Definitely. That's not really tech. I mean, the thing that's got me the most excited for like tech is my new camera. I'm trying to think like fish related stuff. What's really, I mean, there's things coming up that I'm excited to try. Like, I'm going to be starting making my own fish food. I'm excited to excited to kind of try that. I don't think there's anything like tech though. I mean, there's definitely some tanks that I'm excited about. I mean, it's, we had an unfortunate tragedy in the 90 gallon recently, but I'm I'm excited for the things to come in this tank. And then I'm excited for the new tank that we're going to set up along this wall. So this cube, we're debating on moving the cube over to here. And then we're going to set up a 6 foot long. It's basically like if you took, it's like an extended 33 gallon long. It's really cool dimensions, but it's 6 feet long. It's like 12 inches wide and 15 tall or something like that. So it's really unique dimensions. So I'm excited for the changes coming to this room. And I'm excited for the new fish we're going to get for the 90 gallon that we're definitely doing, going to be hanging on there. So hopefully that answered it. Thanks for the question. I know it kind of took me off on a tangent there, but it's fun to get thinking like what got me excited, right? All right, we're having people join in faster than I can keep up. This is awesome. Muppet 929, good to see you. Dan Lester, Sean ODT sneaking in here. Lav Snails, so happy to have you here. Even all lurking and listening while doing water changes. Hope everyone is well. Lav, I really appreciate having you here. I know it was your shipping day yesterday, I believe, and I'm going to have to, in the future, at some point, there definitely is going to be an order, I feel, coming from me to figure that there. BA, where is Mariddle been? I don't know. I don't know, actually. I maybe not reach out to him because I miss having him in these streams. He's a fan. So I want to say thank you to everybody that does, moderate for me. They do it out of kindness for me. And that's what's so generous of them. Carrie reached out to me last night and we had a really good conversation and she asked if she could moderate for me. You guys give so much back to me. I am trying and working on finding ways to give back to all of you. Maybe we'll do something tonight. I got a few ideas, I've always got ideas buzzing on my brain. So thank you to all my moderators. I do miss Mariddle though. Hopefully we'll see him soon. Because that dude, he's got so much knowledge, and it's so fun to watch him interact with the community. And he's kind of become a known name around here. So hopefully we'll see him back soon there. All right, Ruben, is the hat a sign he is working with the co-op again? So the hat is a sign that I like Aquarium Co-op. I'm not part of the brand ambassador program. I don't know if that's even still going. I like the Aquarium Co-op. I wanted to sport a different hat tonight, and it's part of it is I just barely had time to shower, so I knew my hair was going to be all poofy, so I threw a hat on, and I've always liked the Aquarium Co-op, but I'm not working with any. I'm not working directly with anything Aquarium Co-op. I do know that Corey on the back end has done some support for me, which I appreciate. I like how he supports smaller creators without really being visible about it. It's almost refreshing to see that he gives support without needing to be in the spotlight. And it's very generous of him. And I hope I get to meet him again. I really do. I really do hope that I hope at some point in my life I get a chance to shake his hand again and tell him thank you. Because I've talked about my story, meeting him and getting that shirt signed by him and different things there, and the value that brought to me. But I would really, really like to shake his hand again one day. All right, Sean ODT, good to see you. What up, Wel-Don friends? Welcome back. Good to see everybody. All right. Whoa, chat just jumped. Let me see what I can find back here. We got a bunch of people in the chat now. It's super awesome. Thanks so much. All right, what am I missing here? Okay, here. Mountaintop Puffer Keeper. Do you think a larger dither would get the Bolivians to pair up? That's interesting. I wonder. I mean, there's so many things that you spitball and you're like, I wonder how we could test that. I mean, it would be interesting if you could test if having dither fish in a tank would it affect the breeding rate of fish. Because I tried some zebra danios in with my Egyptian mouth brooders, and I feel like I saw a decrease in spawning. Where I wonder though because you hear all the time people will discus angelfish or big ones where they're in like a community tank style setting, rams too, I guess you could say, where like, oh my gosh, they're breeding in my community tank. Like, what do I do? But then you see like people like Master Breeder Dean or Riley, who's, pumping out 3 spawns in 7 days. I wonder if I mean, it's so incredibly difficult to track, but it's fun discussion of what a ditherfish affects, pairing rates. That's an interesting thought there. It's a very interesting thought there. Yeah, the Coop is a good company to support. There's nothing wrong with that one, but I appreciate your support to us too. Definitely do appreciate it there. Chris, always good to see you coming in the chat here. Kevin, good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming in. You've always been a good supporter of mine. All right, what am I missing here? The other Tiffany, you're back. Hello, it's good to see you. Nabo, good to see you, man. It's been a while. I definitely enjoy the taller tanks, especially considering the price of a 10 to 20 gallon versus a 29 gallon. Enjoy having that height level separation for the fish. That's a good point, because for what, on the dollar per gallon, so I think they do it up to 29 gallons still. I mean, it's like another $9, $10, and you get 29 gallon tanks are a phenomenal bigger tank, if you know what I mean. Like, that's really when you can start moving into like having a manageable community tank that's not 4 feet long, that kind of a thing. What if I'm missing? I wonder if I'm missing something in the chat here. Talking dimensions possibly, but it's 29s are fun. 29s are definitely fun there. All right, so what do I got here? Gig boy, good to see you. A raffle, you can make a little money and people happy as well. So the hard part there is it's raffles are actually illegal in Utah because it's considered gambling. The gambling laws here in Utah, it's considered illegal. I found that one out on a previous venture, so I have to do giveaways. But you know what? I'm okay doing giveaways every now and then, and I've had some things on my mind. I've wanted to. There's small ways for me to get back to the community, and every now and then I like to do it to show my support. And I've got some products here that I honestly appreciate having, but I haven't done anything with them. So maybe we'll sneak one in tonight. We'll see. We'll see what we got going on here. JP's Fish coming in. Justin, good to see you, my man. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us. All right, what we got here? I feel like I'm missing something. Chris, I just made a big fish room purchase and got the linear air piston pump, some Stingray lights, and a lot more goodies from the coop. Ready to get my air system set up. That's awesome. You are going to love that linear air piston pump. They're so quiet, man. They are so quiet, really efficient. So I recommend using 1-inch PVC pipe to build your loop if you're going that direction. They're fantastic, but it's nice. And it's going to be fun too, is when I purchased this new 6-foot tank, I was talking with a gentleman. He was actually had to break down his fish room, and I made a comment to him, you got to kind of put some feelers out when you recognize that somebody's breaking down their entire fish room, because chances are they're looking to get rid of things quickly. And so I just simply asked him, I said, do you still by chance have like your air pump you were using? And I'd previously been in his fish room and it's fully running and operating. And this guy he's making a decent amount of money out of his fish room, honestly. And he told me, he's like, well, I sold my main one, but I have this other one that the piston went out on that it just needs to be rebuilt. So I did a little bit of research and I found the product I needed. So I plan on doing a video, and it may honestly be a super quick video, but I've never rebuilt a linear air piston pump. I mean, you say rebuild and it sounds terrifying, but like the research I've done, I think it's like 6 screws. So I'm interested to see how it goes. And I thought I would do a video on it to show like these linear air piston pumps are ultimately they're designed to run for 10, 15 years with very limited or no maintenance at all. So it's still a fun and unique opportunity I have to rebuild an air pump. And so I think for the part was like $60 I needed. So for $60, if I can get this air pump running, that's a $200 pump I just practically got for $60 out of it in a little bit of time. But we'll see what we got there. Chubbs Aquatics, I appreciate you stopping by. We could, man. And Justin, drive safe. Okay, we got here. Yeah, I know HG Aqua, you recently moved. I'm sorry to see you get rid of your fish. I'm interested to see where you go from here, though. I think you've always been a fantastic breeder out there. I think it's going to be an interesting. It's going to be fun to see what you can accomplish when you get going again there. Actually trying dither fish right now to be announced. Keep us in the loop, Timbo. You've got some good things you're working on down there. Right, we got here. Yeah, the air pumps are fantastic. Kevin coming in for the $3 super sticker. Thank you, my man. That's very generous of you. I really do appreciate it. BA, curious, did you ever test out that brine shrimp hatchery you were interested in? I only have 4 tanks and a smaller one to this would be awesome. So, BA, yes. So, I did test out a smaller brine shrimp hatchery. The end result was it was fantastic. The end result was if I can find it on an Amazon link or something similar to it, I will share it up on the community post tonight because hang on, how am I going to say this? If I can find it on an Amazon link, I will share it that way. And that is how I am allowed to share it. My other recommendation would be to get the Brine Shrimp Hatchery disc from Brine Shrimp Direct if you're in the States. I believe you can also find those on Amazon through Brine Shrimp Direct. They may tack on a little extra for shipping charges and that thing. The Brine Shrimp disc is phenomenal if you've got a couple smaller tanks. And if you want to hatch just a little more brine shrimp, the smaller one I tested was really nice because the smaller one I tested, I really liked it is that the air hose did connect to the bottom of it. And then through the valve, you could drain it from the bottom. So you could actually set it up. I had it set up in a way of I could tap into the air pump, unplug from the air pump, open the valve to drain the brine shrimp. So I think how I had it was air pump, a USB nano air pump hanging to a check valve. And then after the check valve was just like a regular like Zis valve or just whatever air valve you can find that's going to allow you to attach air lines on both ends. Ran to the brine shrimp hatcher, hatch the brine shrimp. Then you would close the valve, unplug from the check valve, open the valve, drain the brine shrimp, and it was super cool. So it is a unique little system, and it did really well. So I would definitely. Let me see if I can find a link tonight, and I will put up on the community post. But then I would also really recommend the Brine Shrimp Hatchery disc because that thing is awesome. It's super cool. I'd run down and get it, but it's all the way down to the fisherman right now. But yeah, the disc is really cool. I do have a video on it. I do want to film an updated video on it because I don't feel like I did justice on anything with that brine shrimp disc the first go around. So I have a lot of things that I'm interested in. Not necessarily refilming, but filming and new ideas how I want to film it and projects I need to do. There's so much going on right now, but it's going to be awesome when everything gets just rolling here and cruising and awesome. But 33 people watching. Thank you so much, everybody. I truly do appreciate that you take your time out of your Monday night to come hang out with us on this live stream. And I hope you get some value out of it. And if you're catching the replay, I love you just as much. And if you're catching the replay, leave me a comment down below so I can talk to you in real time too. It's always fun to have you guys there. But Kevin, my man, $5 super chat. Keep on doing what you're doing. Kevin, you keep on doing what you're doing. I've been seeing you around in a lot of streams. A lot of people enjoy you. So thank you, my friend. I do appreciate you being here. And for a super sticker and a super chat right away, my man, very kind. That will get directed to positive results. I assure you that. So really do appreciate it there. All right. Where are we at here? I think I finally caught up. Maybe. Let's see what we got here. So I watched an interesting video today. So I've talked about the channel Alpha Gaming previously. I've talked about him a few times. He's been a really positive influence on me, and it's one of those channels I feel like you can watch him for really good tech review stuff, tech gear review stuff. He's a very professional streamer, so watching him is actually where I learned about like the microphone I'm using and the capture card I'm using, and setting up the lights I'm using, and I still have these ideas for the next studio and that all kind of a thing. And he's really, he's influenced me of how I want to be as a content creator, how I want to be as a business owner, and honestly, how I want to just be as a person. If I can say, he's a really good guy. I think he's a really good guy. And I think he's here in Utah. So I keep having this hope of like, maybe one day I'll be picking up a burger or something, run into him. I don't know. He's one of those guys where I would love to have on a stream or do an interview with, or just talk to him, and be completely like non-fish related. But I know I'm really side tangenting here bad. But he built a new house in the basement of his house. He's building out this basement. He's calling it Senpai HQ. It's his new label record he's launching. So he talked about an area, and he actually was like, I think about put like a fish tank over here. So I heard like, oh my gosh, make a quick comment of like, oh my gosh, like if you're in Utah, I will totally. So it was just geeking out for a minute. But anyways, back to what I was really thinking here. He was a really big Twitch streamer. Now, I don't watch a lot of Twitch because I'm on the YouTube platform. That was his video talking about that today, is he's moving from Twitch to streaming on YouTube because he feels that that is the best business decision he can make. But the video he did talking about, let me go see if I can find that, because the video he did talking about his move from Twitch to YouTube was phenomenal. I mean, it was such a good storytelling, really good storytelling to it, but then the message of it was fantastic. So Alpha Gaming is his main channel, and then he launched a second channel just under Harris Heller as his stream channel, which I've never like for the foreseeable future, I'll never be. We'll be streaming on this channel. I don't have the time to run two channels, kind of a thing. But I'm putting the link in here to Harris Heller. That's his name. But he did the video. He called it "No Risk, No Reward," and he talked about how starting things and doing things. He's like, sometimes you just. He called it burning the boats, and he talked about a battle that happened, I mean, way back in the day, and I don't remember he says all the information in the video, but the commander of the army, as soon as they landed to invade in this area, he literally turned to his troops and said, burn the boats. And the reason for that was it gave them no option for retreat, but success was the only option. And he said that's how I viewed moving from Twitch to YouTube. He's like, I literally reached out to Twitch and asked, when does my Twitch partnership end? And that's the date that I was putting it all behind and moving to YouTube. And listening to him talk about this, he's gave a little bit of a background of his life, of his history. And it blows me away when he literally goes, I'm 32 and I own 8 businesses. And that just, it rocked my socks off. But the way he built it up, and you can see the passion and the drive behind him of, I had to burn the boats in a metaphorical way of success is my only option in doing this. And he has built his business around giving back to people. He launched, his YouTube channel. Okay. Anybody who does YouTube, there's entertainment value, there's educational value. And that's one of his favorite videos he's ever done is, the value of what we bring to the table and different things. So then he went on to Twitch, right? Okay, there's money to be made on Twitch, but he's still helping people understand how to stream, bringing gaming content, different things there. But then he moved into creating royalty-free. Well, I don't say royalty-free. That's a better way to put it. I'm trying to think what the proper terminology for it is. Music, uncopyrighted music you can use in streams and videos and not get copyright strikes on Twitch or YouTube. I mean, he set out investing his own money, his business earned money into producers to produce songs for this, site. Stream Beats is what he calls it. So then he built Stream Beats. So he built Stream Beats to give streamers and YouTubers and gamers options to have music that no one else had. So he launched something to say, I like what this company's doing. I like what this company's doing, but I don't like what this company's doing. So I'm going to mash it together and make my own company. And then from that, he's now building out like a record label. And he's talked about what he wants to do, what he wants to advance, and where he wants to go with this. And it got me thinking of like what holding up my business license earlier. To me, that was the only option is success. Me and my wife, we are going to look at houses next week that will be a better transition for our business launch. And in that moment, if the business fails, we'll be okay. But his video today of no risk, no reward rang so true with me, because that's what I feel it has to happen. If you don't try something, you're never going to know if it's going to work. And I mean, the same thing goes into aquarium keeping. If you don't try something, you will never know if it's going to work. So it was a really insightful video of his today. And it fired me up to get going and to make this thing happen. And, the very intense metaphorical burn the boats. So there's no option but success really hit me hard of, here we go. Like I am getting ready in a sense to burn the boats. So moving forward, I only have the option of success, but I want to encompass that success around the community, about giving back to the community, of helping others succeed what they're doing and having. And it's watching him build his businesses around helping others and giving them options to better their stream. So in my brand, I want to give people options that better fish, hobbyist raised fish. Not so much concerning of importing. It's breeding. It's tapping into a market that hasn't been tapped into and offering different solutions. And I look at Fish of Hex. That guy could import coral all he wanted, but he's gotten so good at growing his own coral. He's cut out importing. So I got asked a question. I think last stream, will I be importing fish? And I want to import fish from other hobbyists. I don't want to import fish if I don't have to. I would love to stock up on what hobbyists have. I mean, maybe I'll look at importing for, personal projects or that, and just they'll expand a little bit. But how cool would it be to have an entire business built around what hobbyists bred and imported to you? So but the whole burn the boats thing really got me intrigued and really, fired up of, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this great. And it's some areas I may fall flat on my face, but having my wife reminded me last night that she has ideas and she has good ideas, and she's right. She does. And, it's been very rewarding to see the interaction with you guys, of you telling her that you're happy that she's there. Like we spoke with Lindsay on the phone the other night, and my daughter running around in the background having fun, wanted to say hi, and Jordan was there with me, and I felt very proud that I had my entire family there talking with a potential client, customer base kind of a thing, and we had a positive conversation with all of us involved, and it was good to me. It meant a lot to me. But I know we're getting a lot of things. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back in the chat here for a minute. Let's see what we got going on here. Chris says, I'm looking to set up my shell dweller tank, the 23 long. Any suggestions on tank setup, substrate, temp, etc.? So when I had my 22-gallon rimless, I did a very brief stint of a Tanganyika tank in there. And how I set it up was, if you're doing shell dwellers, sand substrate, absolutely. I've kept them on things like pool filtration sand. They did really well. They're going to, just run whatever they want to run in there. I've also done them in a 33 long. And they did really well in there too. So, but the latest rendition I did was kind of mountains and valley. So I had rock structures on both sides of the tank. So the right and left sides, built up with caves for the fish to access. Because that's also, I had some Juliachromis in the tank too, and some Brochardi cichlids that would go in and out of those caves. And then I put a ton of shells, just a bunch of a sea of shells, no pun intended. Okay, every pun intended. A lot of shells right in the center of the tank. So we had big rock structures forming down to a valley of just shells for the fish to inhabit. And I personally really liked it. I thought it was a really fun setup. You can go as simple as just a bunch of sand and scatter shells around and then let the fish do the digging, because they'll excavate everything they want to. At one point, I had some shellies in a 10-gallon tank, and the male pushed all the sand out of the center up to the sides of the tank and the front and the back of the tank, where I actually could not see into the tank looking directly on. He buried all the way down to bare bottom of the tank. So I would say if you're doing shellies, I like the look of some rock structure in the tank with that. You can get away with some plants in there. They still look okay, in my opinion. But I think it's fun what other fish you can mix with them. So the just shellies on their own are super cool. But I think it's really cool when you do the shellies on the bottom, followed up by something up top, where I think something like a Julia chromis would do really well in that tank size you have there. And it's fun to watch them move in and out of rock structures and different things so what you can set up there. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. They are very rewarding fish to have. They're very rewarding fish to have, absolutely. Brine P snuck in here while I was on my little tangent there. Martin Ruiz, what's up, everyone? Well-Don Tanks, thanks again for taking the time to give me a hand. I hope I did. I don't remember exactly, but you are more than welcome. Thanks for showing up in the stream tonight. So, guys, if I can be of assistance, reach out to me. DMs, emails. I'll see what I can do for you. It may take me a minute to get back to you, but I will always give you the best opinion I can give you, because I do want you to be successful in your ventures and hobby in that area too. We're all in this together, absolutely in this together. Wow, you guys will do great. You and Jordan will not fail. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. I feel like the USB Nano air pump doesn't produce quite enough air, though. To be honest, I have like 8 of them, and I like it because they're quiet. But I have 4 matte filters. They only work if top is under the water. So it depends on how deep you're pumping, because I have run a 50. I very heavily. So when I first moved to this house and had to shoehorn all my tanks into my laundry room, right across the hall right there. Every tank in that laundry room was actually run on USB Nano air pumps at some point in time. And I had 3 sponge filters in a 55-gallon. I had, 10-gallon tanks, a 29-gallon tank, a 40-gallon tank, all run off USB Nano air pumps. So I think it depends on what you're trying to do there, where a sponge filter is going to pump down, and then just that sponge is there where the air is going to get moved through. So if this is your sponge filter, air is going to get moved through this much, where with a matte filter, you're trying to pump air all the way down a tube to then lift water all the way back up over the sponge filter, over the sponge, where if the sponge filter, water is getting sucked through it. Matte filters, same applications happening. Water is going to get pulled through the sponge. That's why they're a very highly efficient filter. But then it's the water movement that's going to be pulling that back up over through the tube, where the USB Nano air pump I could see have some difficulty with that. So it's application. Like you said, they're very quiet. So the air pump itself is phenomenal based on the application. For example, I had one hanging off the back corner of this 90-gallon with the sponge filter in the corner, running very proficiently. And it's a fairly deep-ish tank, right? But it's application of moving water through a circular sponge or pulling water up and over a sponge that's then going to cause the current to pull it back through the sponge. So for what you're trying to do there, you may need to upgrade to a different size pump. And if you're running numerous matte filters, maybe look at getting a pump that you can do some gang valves off of that are going to allow you to run that more efficiently there. You could potentially look into some of the smaller diaphragm pumps. I've been hearing some of those are actually fairly quiet, but I also think you're running your fish room. You have it in your actual bedroom, which I would run USB nano air pumps too, because those are very, very quiet. I've actually done a video testing the decibel levels on that air pump and comparing to other things there. If you want to check that out to kind of give you some ideas there. Right. Did somebody sneak in here? Laura, I don't know if I said hello to you or not. Chattanooga Ed and Rickistan coming in the house. Well, thanks, guys. It's awesome to see you here. I got some people that came over, I feel, from your streaming today. So I personally want to say thank you. I was a little bit speechless, actually, when somebody said that you guys sent them over here. So I really appreciate that. It's super cool of you. And Rickistan, I'm very excited to do our interview together. And Chattanooga Ed, if something ever came up, I would love to do a stream with you. You guys are awesome to watch. I've actually been trying to get more involved in other creators and other streams, because there's so much going on, and I would really, really like to be a part of, all of them if I could be. So sometimes I catch Rickistan's a little easier to catch because I'm usually at work and it's like the last hour of work. So I send the minions off to do something. I kind of sit there and chat for a minute, and I typically catch the Fish from Fever and Chattanooga Ed show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming in. It's really cool to have you here. Feel like I missed out. No notification. Well, dang it, YouTube, set out notifications. Come on now. So check the notification bell. Make sure you've subscribed. Check the notification bell. From there, you can, if you click the notification bell, you can actually personalize what notifications you get. So if you want to receive all notifications from Wel-Don Tanks, make sure to click the bell and then click all notifications. If you just want some notifications, click personalized. And if you don't want to listen to my nasty, well, I say nasty, my uncommon noises I make due to conditions I cannot control, my Tourette's, you can click none. But I appreciate all of you who have subscribed and are here hanging out. It's super fun to have you guys here. All right. Rickistan says 11 of you forgot to hit the like button. My wife's saying thank you. Thank you, everybody. We do appreciate it there. All right. What we got here? Whew, I got to catch up here. Martin, I am glad you came in to say hello, my friend. Good luck to you. Please come back again. And if I can be of more of assistance, let me know. I enjoy, absolutely do enjoy talking with all of you there. Trevor said that this could help with Kevin here. I've had good success with the fluval air pumps, just a little loud but great power. Yeah, it's always it's hard to find the air pump that's like super quiet but really powerful, because it's a happy medium, right? You run the linear piston air pumps, super powerful, really quiet, but they put out so much air in a small area, you may not need that much air. And so then it just causes more noise, like the sponge filters and the Matin filters. But I think technology is advancing where we're going to see something come out that's small and powerful, but really quiet. And I think that USB nano air pump is on the right direction of that. Like, it is on the right direction of that for sure. Right. One Dirty Platty, good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out here tonight. All right, where are we at here? Okay, so we got about another 15 minutes or so. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send them down in the chat. I appreciate all of you hanging out here with me tonight. We've talked about a few assortment of things tonight. So if you missed the notification, we'll blame YouTube as always. I'm probably gonna get kicked off the platform for saying that, but we'll blame YouTube. It's never user error. Come on now, I know how to play this game. But catch the replay. I appreciate you. All who are here, I will really enjoy interacting with you. All of you who catch the replay, I still enjoy interacting with you. So if you can, leave a comment. We'll definitely hang out there and see what we can do there. Let's see. Oh, my wife says, oh, dang, that went quick. Or is it just me? It did. It feels like it went fast tonight. That's for sure. We're coming up on 50 minutes. So it's nice that it's so nice to be back on like a regular schedule again, where I was looking forward to coming and hanging out with you guys. And I didn't have to be like, so I have news about this peace tea. No, I could come on the stream and I'd be like, I love peace tea. I like fish. So nice to be back. Back happy here. Misfit Reptile Aquatics, thank you for becoming a member again. Had to renew. Well, that gives you an opportunity. There was a recent members only live stream. Feel free to watch it, catch up on some things. And if you've got any ideas, my friend, send them my way. In the coming weeks, we'll be sharing more and more. And I'm pretty sure at some point this week, we'll do another members only live stream to get the brain power of all the better, smarter people out in the world. I definitely need all of you, but it's been fun to have all of you here. But thank you for coming back as a member. That does mean a lot to me to see you guys do the support for me. And I say, I always strive that your memberships, any super chats, anything that you guys send my way, I hope it comes back to you tenfold from me, from the community. I do believe in good karma. I actually really do believe in good karma. Let's just say that there. Marlon Chaser, it's good to see you. I would like to see some small linear air piston pumps for random display tanks that aren't near the fish room. I'd pay as much as the big ones for a product like that. Okay, so that's an idea. So you're talking like, so linear air piston pump that's smaller, so runs less air, but the same quality. That's interesting. I mean, it can't be, but like that's where I don't know the science. Well, I kind of understand the science behind it, but I guess the technology behind it is, I think the smallest linear air piston pump I know of is like the 45 liters per hour air pumps. Is liter per hour, liter per minute, however it is. I'm curious to see if there is one, because then you move down into like the diaphragm pumps. But it'd be interesting if they could build one with a smaller piston that produces less air. That's an idea. I mean, I know some of those Tetra Whisper pumps can pump out some power. They do wobble off on something, though. That's the loudest rattle you're ever going to hear. But that's an interesting. That is an interesting insight there. A smaller linear air piston pump. See, it's things like these of how cool would it get to the point of if we could reach out to the community and say, I need an engineer. Is there an engineer in the house, or just somebody who's like really good at creating things? Like, how fun would that be to create a smaller linear air piston pump? I mean, maybe I could bribe my brother who's really good at cars. Maybe I could bribe him to build something like that. I don't know. That guy. See, this is why I love doing live streams. It's like earlier we were talking about ditherfish, and when ditherfish affect breeding rates of the fish they're with, it's the knowledge and the theories in the community are so much fun to go down these rabbit holes on. But Laura Sutton coming in, the $10 super sticker. Laura, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I personally, so I stream on Mondays because it's the best night for me. It's when I can get home from work the easiest. I have two Mondays, my wife can correct me, 2 Mondays off a month, so I can set the time. And I like that I hopefully get to be a positive thing for people to look forward to it on Mondays, because I know that I hate Mondays. You have your weekend off. Well, my job's different. But if you work like a 9 to 5, you have your weekends off. It's Sunday night. You're dreading going back to work. But here I am, hopefully being a positive thing on a Monday night. So my goal is to make your guys' Monday the best I can. But like, Laura, thank you. It's very generous of you. That's so generous of you. Absolutely so generous of you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Seems like it's been only 15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe we'll go a little longer tonight. We'll see. My wife was talking about grilling tonight. Like, kind of getting hungry now. We'll see. Oh, making a mess. All right. I was there. Oh, thank you, Miss it. So see, I was there. Okay, that's awesome. That's right. So I try and keep up with everybody who's in what streams. It only ran out today, and I had to, I value your knowledge, and this is a wonderful community. Thank you. Well, I do appreciate your re-up and welcome back. It's very, very generous of you. And Chris, God, so many of you, $10 super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Never disappointed with the stream. Great job. I appreciate that. I always want to make sure you guys, get the most value out of this I can. I say it, and it goes back to Alpha Gaming, Harris Heller, That guy knows how to talk and say it in a way, and you can see the passion in him of wanting to bring value to his community. And watching him has given me a lot of ideas that I hope to incorporate into the next setup. So we're not going to be changing much in this house. We're going to use the space we have as efficiently as we can. It could be anywhere from 4 to 12 months that we could move. We don't know yet. So we're going to use this space as efficiently as we can. But every chance I get, I'm always looking at how to better improve. So I feel like for what we have here, turned out phenomenal. But I've looked at different ways of like mounting the lights, different lights to add, different camera angles, different things I want to be able to do. So a lot of it entails of the more the business does well, the more I can bring here. And I'm really excited to interlink the YouTube and the business together. But they're also in a way two separate businesses. But I'm excited to have that. I really am excited to have that. I'm still excited. I get to keep these interactions, get to keep these conversations going with people. So I'm very, very excited for that there. Justin, we need to talk CPDs when I road trip out. I will say, Justin, so JP's Fish, he breeds some of the best CPDs I've ever seen. He's figured it out too. He's done a fantastic job there. Any new breeding projects on the horizon? I just got a group of 20 orange Venezuelans. Can't wait to flood the market in a few months. Those are going to be beautiful. Of course, those are some quarter catfish. Going to be beautiful. Breeding projects on the horizon. Do I have anything? Actually, I talked with Carrie about a very long-term breeding project that we talked about a little bit briefly yesterday and today. But breeding projects for me, I have some things in my head that I would like to work with. I guess the latest one that I'm actively working on, I was really excited to see a spawn from. So it shows me I have a good pair in there. I just need to probably either move all of the fish into a larger tank or separate out a true pair. But it's the golden dwarf cichlid. I think I talked about it a little bit, but the golden dwarf cichlid, I found a pair on Aquabid, and the gentleman we talked and he ended up sending me out, I think like 2 pair for sure, and potentially even 3 pair. So in my opinion, they look like a miniature electric blue Acara, but without the attitude behind them. So I was really excited to see a successful spawn. Well, a spawn in an Episto cave from the Aquarium Co-op. It was my first time using an Episto cave and seeing a success, a spawn in there. It wasn't successful because I did eat the eggs, but I also think that's portion of, I believe, another fish invaded, but they're also a young fish. So if I'm correct, they're going to act like rams or crebensis will, or Epistos even, in herding the fry around. So I'm really excited to see those come about and hopefully have some good things out of there. So I'm really excited for those. My yellow weed picker Egyptian mouth brooders are finally starting to do some good spawns. I'm really excited about those. Let's see, what else do I guess if you want to talk about like true breeding project, I have a male in my Limia perugia tank that the spangling on this guy is stunning. He's not the biggest male, but the spangling, if you've seen a Florida flagfish, it's take the Florida flagfish coloration, but then keep the middle of it, but then make the rest of the body silver. But then on the top, though, the top dorsal fin is this jet black. And I've been watching him. So I think what I want to do is pull that male out, pull out the female with the best spangling, and then try and line breed in that top dorsal fin, because I think it makes the fish look that much better. And if I could get that top dorsal fin onto a female, yes, please. So for an actual like line breeding project, that's the one that's in my brain, where I do want to like separate out to a tank and then continually like grow the fry, keep some back for myself and watch them grow and try and track this. If we want to talk about like an actual breeding project, but very excited to see what you do with those orange Venezuelans. You do a phenomenal job with Corey Catfish. Phenomenal job with Corey Catfish. Absolutely there. Did someone say steak? That's what's going to get me down to Texas, isn't it? All right. I need to catch up here. What we got going on here? Let's see here. Daniel says, what tank do I keep the mouth brooders in as an adults? So I currently keep them in a 20 long. They do very well in a 20 long. That's actually where my colony is. If you wanted to do, I would say you could have a lot of success in a 20-gallon long. 40 breeder would also be very efficient space for them. You could even mix them into a community tank if you wanted to. I've done some small dither fish in the community tank. I've even have a betta fish right now hanging out with them. Just kind of a lone survivor betta fish I have. They haven't bothered him. So, but a 20-gallon long is the minimum I would recommend. You could do a pair in a 10-gallon tank if you wanted to, if you were like doing breeding purposes, keeping up on some water changes, that things. But a 20-gallon long is where I found the best success so far with, numerous males and numerous females to have that. And I found if you want to breed them, I've seen them breed on the sand, but I've also seen some reports that a lot of mouth brooding species actually like to spawn over something like a flat rock where they can drop the eggs and then pick them up in their mouth. So something like a terracotta saucer in the tank would be well if you could find a smoother, round-ish stone kind of a thing. Adding a few new species up here this week, hopefully all kinds of breeding projects in the Wel-Don sphere. I'm so excited to connect with this network of people because it's interesting where, can I call myself a YouTube personality? Like, is that something I can call myself yet? I wonder if there's like a threshold you have to meet. Anyways, I come on YouTube and I show you my fish room and what I'm breeding, but then it's always just mesmerizing to see what others are working on. And it's not necessarily they have a bigger space, but maybe different access to different fish, different taste of fish. So it's been fun to talk. Like me and Carrie talked, right? And I pitched her an idea and we talked about breeding this fish. And she's like, well, I've never kept those before, but I'm interested in researching them and seeing if that's something I want to work with. So that's what I enjoy having these conversations of is, Trevor's killing it with Mabuna down there, killing it with Mabuna. So there's some Mabuna that I would really like to get into his hands. Justin kills it with CPDs, kills it with corridors. That guy could breed more. That dude like sneezes and he sneezes out corridor eggs. I can't do that yet. But it's fun to see where each person excels at. But like I look at my Egyptian mouth brooders and poof, they have eggs. So I feel like I've gotten very efficient at the Egyptian mouth brooder species. Like wild fish tank, that dude can crank out bristlenose plecos like it's nobody's business. Where I've had some good spawns, but I haven't had like cranking out spawns kind of a thing. So it's really fun to see. But then it's also fun the challenges, like HC Aqua said, is the rams bring just enough challenge. So it's like the angelfish. I want to get a successful spot out of my angelfish so bad. So that's why I keep them around. I'm curious what you're adding to there. All right. Were those well done? Trying the dwarf Orinoco pike and rainbow cichlid. Okay, those rainbow cichlids are awesome. It's made me think of something. Maybe in the next fishing space, there's a bucket list fish that I think would be so much fun to try and breed. I know we're going over the hour mark. You guys got me rambling. Hopefully my wife's okay with this. Like 10 more minutes, and then it's like that cutoff time where trying to wind the kid down for bed, and we guess we still got to eat dinner. But okay. Have any of you seen the true parrot cichlid? Those things are wild looking. Very, very different than what you see in like the orange parrots, or the blood parrots, the blood parrots. The true parrot cichlid. Those things are freaking awesome, but they're going to need like a 150-gallon tank, 125-gallon tank, maybe an 180 to like properly breed because they do get fairly large. But it's one of those really oddball fish that I've wanted to keep for a while now. They're so cool looking. I know someone's talking steak and they're getting Trevor's attention there. My wife did put it out there, and please, if you would like to be part of the Everything Wel-Don, that's the brand we have launched. That's the business we are launching. Become a member. You can also email us at everythingweldon@gmail.com, excuse me. With any business inquiries, any information, things you got. You can also send me some DMs on Instagram, that kind of a thing. So we're hopefully helping people out there. Okay. Missing something here. It's time to buy property with some cows. Yeah, if I let, I mean, I don't know. It keeps me. We keep joking of like, let's just move to Texas and start a fish farm. And I don't like. Part of me is like, why not? Part of me is like, let's just do it. Like, let's just see what happens. But the other part of me is so terrified to even do what we're doing. But yeah, it's a thing there. Oh, Trevor, there is a Texas trip for sure. There's definitely a Texas trip, and this coming week we are. I think we're really going to decide if we are going to Aquashella in Orlando this year. So there's a good chance we'll be going to the Aquashella Orlando, and if I'm able to go to that one, I have an invitation to connect up with wild fish tanks down there, which would be just awesome, just absolutely awesome. Just burn the ship and move to Texas. That my friend, that's what do you say? Well played, Trevor. Well played. That was a smooth line there, my friend. That is a true point. It would definitely be a at that point, there would be no option but success. I mean, it's watching the Goliad Farms rebuild. It's terrifying at the same time, but it's like, how awesome would that be? Like, I'm excited to share this business with my wife, and I'm excited to. I would move to Texas. I know you would move to Texas. You have Chip and Joanna Gates down there, and Rambling Redhead down there, and this Fox House that wears romper T-shirts for people, or I mean, whatever Instagram. Like, it seems like everybody's in Texas. Sharon's out of Texas. I have family in Texas. I have family in Louisiana. I mean, my wife. If I let my wife, I'd probably be living in like an RV towing a fish trailer where I have my, what's an idea there? I mean, I hope that I really hope one day I can give my wife the opportunity to travel, come to Florida with me in a couple of years. Let's take over the fish world. I mean, but you see the fish farms down in Florida, and it's awesome. It is so cool what they can do down there. I really like there's some down in Florida where they're using the concrete, the vats. They're not vats. What do they call them? The casket, like the casket holders or whatever. Those are genius. So it's, I mean, they're in Tennessee now. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, she says, look at tell me, does that not say our Fox farmhouse? Whoever wrote the English language, that does not say faux. Anyways, I'm just saying. Fish trailer, that sounds interesting and intriguing. Like, but can you imagine if there's a way, like, obviously fish get transported in the mail all the time. And if you've seen Finding Dory, fish get transported in trucks. Like, this is how they happen. But can you imagine if you could create a trailer with a full life support system and a way to contain the water where the fish are actually going to be okay, heated, cooled if needs be. And you could do a road trip, like around the U.S. road trip, just picking up and dropping off fish would be absolutely awesome to do that. I mean, JP, Justin, you say that, but that's my joke at work right now is I say, I'm going to move to Texas, dig a hole in the ground and throw some fish in it. Call it good. Call it a fish farm. But maybe it is time to have a serious conversation. Like, maybe it is time to look, like, it's, the hard part of it is it's the money to get down there. It's the money to go buy land. And then it's the money, like, can you imagine the investment that Goliad Farms had to make to build those greenhouses out? But at the same time, though, look at the experiences that he's having down there. I mean, there's actually a coworker of mine just up and quit. And I was like, well, you go into a different department, you do this? She goes, I'm moving to South Carolina. Like, what's in South Carolina? She goes, I have no idea. I'm just moving to South Carolina. I'm like, you're just, yeah, I'm just moving to South Carolina because I can and I want to. I'm single. I'm my mid-20s. why not? I'm going to go see what life has for me. It's like, that's awesome. So the hardest part for us moving to Texas would be, leaving the family area. But I guess sometimes you got to do to chase dreams. Let's see here though. All right. Katy, Texas. Like, there's a lot of you in Katy, Texas. I mean, Katy, Texas would not be a bad thing there. All right. What do we got here? Crown till half moon. It is good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. Welcome in. All right. We are coming up on the 8:30 mark here, my time. Let's come to OKC. Is that Oklahoma City? I'm trying to think of that Oklahoma City. I actually, once upon a time, I actually had a job offer out in Oklahoma City. I think. No, was it? I think so. It was selling hardwood flooring. Didn't take it. I love his setup with the pond liner as a sump. Yeah, the Goliad farm setup, like what's so fascinating about that is years in the making, like years in the making of the trees growing in, the plants growing in, his what do you call them? Shoot, they use them in saltwater all the time. Not the bamboo. Justin, you have some. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. It's the plants that grow in the water. I know your L3s are in that tank. God, why can't I think of this? Oh my gosh, it's blowing my mind there. Bottom Doors Aquatics, hello. Carrie, my wife, loves horses. Absolutely loves horses. When we lived in Roy, northern Utah, we were able to get her in there, do some horseback riding. Oh, what was that? What's the name of that? It's gonna bug me now. I cannot believe that. I can't forget about this. Inappropriate Reefer has a tank of it. The Zen Ginger, hello. Mangrove, there it is. The mangroves. God, I knew somebody's gonna know exactly what it was. But I mean, like you see the Goliad farm stuff there, and the mangroves that he's grown in, and he talks about how he's propagated from here and this. Like the history of that place is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. You can start a fish emporium here in Texas or in Houston. I don't know, man. Maybe. I don't know yet. It's terrifying. Like it's terrifying moving down to Texas. But like, if I went to Texas, yeah, it would absolutely be like, let's go dig some holes in the ground and set up a fish farm. Let's figure it out. We'll see. So, okay. For all of you that have stayed here this long, sorry, I was actually using it to prop up a plug so it wouldn't pull out. But I've been thinking about doing this. I'm in Houston too. There's so many people down in Texas that play in the fish world. Anyways, I have an extra one. This product was sent out to me from Aquarium Co-op when I was part of their brand ambassador program. So I received it for free. And I would like to do a giveaway tonight. I've been thinking about doing this. And it's something we've talked about off and on. And I know a lot of you say you don't have the total tank volume for this, but I have a extra Zis Brine Shrimp Hatchery, the Artemia blender. Texas Fish Room, if you said anything other than Texas is a great place, I'd be worried about you. But it sounds like Texas is a great place. But all right, guys. So Zis Brine Shrimp Hatchery. I know this is fairly large for a lot of you. You don't need this size. But remember, though, you don't have to fill it up with the full 2 liters. You can scale this down and still hatch brine shrimp in there. But this is honestly, I have 2 in the fish room right now. I was in the back of my mind, like, I'm going to save this and set this up in the, in the next fish room, have like 4 brine shrimp hatcheries running. But the fact of the matter is I'm not using this right now. And I would much rather this get used by a community member that can actually put this to use rather than it being a prop up for an electrical plug that I have in the flower horn tank. So if the brine chip hatchery is too big, that means you gotta get more. I like it. You can freeze extra brine chip. That's true too. So I would like to give this away tonight. I've been thinking about doing this. I thought about doing like the whole this brine chip hatchery giveaway live stream, but it's Kristen Frost. Hello, you made it perfectly here. It's good to see you. So I want to do this as a thank you for everyone who hung out here with me. I'm not gonna. So if you're watching the replay, you'll have a chance to get on this. I do not want to just say if you made it in this stream, you can only once again enter. I want to open up this to as many people as I can because I want to give back to the community. You guys have been awesome. So the support tonight, it's how do you say thank you to somebody when they literally donate their hard-earned money to you for your cause? And that's what I want to do. That's why it allows me to do things like this. But it's also, I've had such great success with this product. Hatching brine shrimp has changed my breeding game magically. It's awesome stuff. I would like to give this away. Now, it's going to be we never did a giveaway for the 3K mark. Yeah, well, we'll see if I can lost my wrench. No, Zen. I was doing some, don't worry. We can fix that, Zen. Don't worry. I was messing around some YouTube settings. I apologize. I was doing some weird things, said something inappropriate. You'd be amazed at what I've said on YouTube and gotten away with it. So, all right. Thank you for everyone who has made it this far in the live stream tonight. This is a fun one. This is my give back to the community because I'm in a happy place again, and y'all got me thinking about moving to freaking Texas. Dang it. We gotta kick my wife out of these live streams. We're talking about moving to Texas. You know how much she loves Texas. Our Fox farmhouse is down there. Well, they're in Tennessee now. I don't know what they're doing. All right, guys. This brine chip hatchery giveaway. What you need to do. Let's make this as I think easy as we can. I think is the way to do it. Leave me a comment. So once this particular live stream, that means if you're watching the replay and you didn't watch all the way to the end, you're going to lose out. This particular live stream, once we end the live stream here, leave a comment on the stream. So what does that mean? That means you've got to go back and do a comment once the video uploads. I know it's a little bit of work. You got to do something to get on this. Leave me a comment telling me what should you tell me tonight? I want to learn something about all of you. I want to learn some things about you guys. What do I want you to tell me? Leave me a comment. Boxers or breeze? That would be. That could go so many ways. I mean, maybe we'll have to do something like where I won't get man. I mean, just Rickistan, you are a fantastic guy. I am so excited to see what shenanigans we get up to there. So excited to get up to. Let me think here. I gotta think here. I'm gonna hug this close while I think about this. What do I want to learn about you guys? I want something interesting. All right. We've been talking about steak tonight. It seems like since we get all the Texans in the chat, we talk about steak. So down in the comment section, I want you to tell me tell me your favorite steak. Leave me the Zis brine shrimp hatcher. You've got to leave me a comment telling me your favorite steak. Now, it could be the cut of the steak, how it's cooked, the seasoning on the steak. You could get into an argument with Trevor that you can cook a tomahawk better than he can. All these different things. So whatever you want to do, leave me a comment once this goes live. Tell me about your favorite steak. Let's do something just wild and random, because we've already got Rickistan down here telling us what underwear we all wear. So let's go to the steak side. So once this goes live, leave me a comment. Tell me about your steak, how you like it, what you don't like about it. Let's do these things there. All right, you guys are awesome. Love all of you. See, this is what happens when we go longer. When I say it's going to go longer for, we get some wild stuff up in here. So I love you all. Thank you so much for the support you have all given me. I'm very excited to see this next phase of the hobby, my business, things we get to launch, and I get it to do it with you guys. That's what's really fun about this. So I think we will, let's do, today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's Wednesday. You have until Wednesday. No, I lied. It's so much easier to do. Maybe I can do a quick live stream. What am I doing Wednesday? I can love to go on Wednesday. All right. Next week. We're gonna go 1 week. I like doing the week thing because I can schedule a live stream for next Monday. The start of that live stream, we can give it away. So here's what you gotta do. Once this goes live, leave me the comment. Tell me about your favorite steak, how you like it cooked, all that kind of a thing. Next week, so 1 week from now, we will give away the Zis Brine Shrimp Hatcher. And unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry. It is United States only. I'm not shipping this outside the United States because it will cost a mini fortune. And that mini fortune is maybe when I need to move down to Texas. So just saying there. But love all of you. Thank you so much for the support there. I really do appreciate it. And Daniel's sneaking in here. Can we have one more option to comment on? Well, if you don't like steak, figure something out to tell me. I'm sure you can come up with a creative way to say you don't like steak, but tell me you do like. So you guys are awesome. Really appreciate it. I'm already drooling over what Zen Ginger likes to eat on her steak. So we will see you Friday with the video. Members, look out for probably a members live stream this week. I'm sure something will happen. Maybe we'll film some things down in the fish room. And then come back next Monday, 7/15, and we will give away the Zis Brine Shrimp Hatchery, see what shenanigans we get up to, and hopefully have a good time again. So I love all of you. This was a fun stream. Hope it's a great way to kick off your Monday. If you're catching the replay, you can get in on the entry as well. So probably Sunday night, maybe Monday day is when I'm going to kick off the comments on it so we can get there. But guys, love all of you. It's so much fun to talk with all of you. I enjoy what you bring to me. You have brought me all so much happiness. So before I get too much more sappy here, we're going to get off the stream. We'll see you Friday.